Well, this is an interesting question. I think when I was younger, my part of my desire to be a performer and to be an entertainer was based on my lack of confidence. It was a way of being appearing popular and appearing clever and showing off to an extent. And obviously there's an element of that still there. But since my diagnosis with dyslexia, I would say that I have genuinely, definitely become a more confident person inside. Now, I think I've always appeared to a lot of people to be confident, but that often belies the truth in entertainers. Um, but I think now, since the dyslexia diagnosis, I've been so much um, what seems like a strange thing to say, but I'm more confident about my own failings. I don't feel the need to hide them or disguise them anymore. And one of the things that you do in life is you play to your strengths, you know. And for some reason, I'm good with English, despite the fact I've never read anything. And it just goes to show that, you know, being good with words isn't really anything to do with having to see them on a piece of paper. It's about communication, and like I said earlier, you know, that getting to grips with accepting the dyslexia, accepting that I'm never really going to be that good at reading and writing, but I can still take in written information using the technology. That's been a great help to me, and I think that's helped me with confidence as well. You know, I don't think it's I don't think it's necessarily possible to ever know um, what is an aspect of the dyslexic condition and what isn't. But I think most people are aware that dyslexics do have a creative side. And in my family, I mean, three boys, and we all went on to be in the creative industries. All of us were comic artists. We've all also done other things in the creative arts. My brother Steve was an animatronics designer for Jim Henson. You know, he worked on some of the, you know, big films of the '80s with Jim Henson, and also was a graphic novelist. And my brother Chris he's a soul DJ, and you know, he also he spends a lot of his time cataloguing things. That's like a big deal for us. So he worked in a bookshop for many years just because he liked cataloguing things, you know. And I think that's another aspect of you know, the sort of dyslexic brain that is half completely random and disorganized, and half, you know, and half of it is the organization is like a coping strategy, I think, you know. And I, you know, there are traits, and my dad, although he was a great historian, he never he didn't do well at school, and he struggled with reading. Sorry, he struggled with writing, but he was he read for England. I mean, you know, he very well read man. But he couldn't do joined up writing, and he very rarely wrote anything down. And you know, so I suspect if he, during his life, if he'd ever been tested, I think we would have found that this was, and of the rest of my family, I suspect there's a trait in all of us, you know.